In Microsoft Excel, we have the option to add in a table, just like we can in Microsoft Word. But in Microsoft Excel, we have a lot more options. It's very much more usable. So what we need to do is we need to select the area of the workbook where we're going to add in our table. I'm just going to select these cells right here, and I'm going to choose Insert and then Table. Now be sure to use the table has headers if you're going to want to have headers at the top that basically say what all these different things mean underneath it. So it's a really good idea. I'll click that and I'll choose OK. And there's our columns that we see. Now to change what the columns say, we can just go ahead and select the column. I chose column 1 and I'll just type in what this column means. So I chose sky color, and underneath this I'll just go ahead and type in blue, red, green, pink. And under column 2, we'll give this a different name as well. I'll call this one numbers, so you get the idea. And I'll just go ahead and fill in the rest of these. Now I've gone ahead and added in planets, days, months, and years. We have this little drop down that automatically comes in with our table, and we don't see that when we insert a table in Microsoft Word, for instance. So here we can sort A to Z, Z to A. We can choose by color, but that's really the colors of the backgrounds that we're using, or the color of the font as well. I'm just going to choose sort A to Z, and we can see that it went in to all the different columns, and it's sorted from A to Z based on my sky color column. Now I can do the same thing with numbers. I can change that to smallest to largest because this is not a letter one, this is a number one. So now it's back to 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's changed all my other columns as well. If I'd like to change the color that you see here, I can go in and make changes. And you can see we're using live preview, which tells us the different colors before we even select them. And we can hit the drop down and choose slightly different table formats as well. If we'd like, we can also change the colors that you see here simply by going to the Home tab, and we can change to any color we want. I'll just change that one. Now blue is now red, which is super confusing, isn't it? And we'll do the same thing. Red is now blue. And I can change the size of my fonts. We can see the live preview shows us what it'll look like ahead of time. And we can add in a highlight if we want. Now, if you have a very large table that goes down a long way, you can click on the drop down and do a search. So I'm going to do a search for Earth, for instance. And now it just shows Earth and anything else that's on that same row. So this is going to be our row, whereas these are our columns. So that's how you can filter. And if you want to turn the filter off, you can do that as well. And all you have to do is click on Clear Filter from Planets. And now the filter's off. There's lots more different things you can change, mostly in the format area, such as the row height, default width, and other things as well. And you can also add in formulas. That's how we insert and manipulate a table in Microsoft Excel.